Let's go, let's go, let's go. You are officially in the Michigan Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave, your place for any and all things, with Michigan football. And man, finally got a little testy. Things got a little testy, and we got the dub, but
whose man's is this?
Whose man's is this? Yeah, we got some things to discuss, some things to talk about, but end of the day, we 4-0, man.
Who would eat that dub?
You know what I mean? At the beginning of the year, you say after 4 games, you 4-0, no matter which way you want to take it, we would have took it. You know what I mean? Whether it was slot buckets or whatever, we 4-0, and we here. But that doesn't mean we're not here to project the future and talk about what we saw. So, man, I know we've discussed some things prior in the group chat, but we about to open it up and let the people hear it, man. So, Bowie, talk to me. We're going to start with the offense, man. 20 points at halftime. We ended with 20 points, dog. I mean, what's the outlook, dog? We got the win, but you can't be super excited about that. And I'm coming to you first because last week you took I got a little cup right. You took a double shot of the Kool-Aid. I said, well, no, we can go back and look. I said, how y'all feeling? And you was like, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling, if you're still there, that's cool. But again, don't let us talk you off your ledges, man.
Hey, y'all ain't talking me off.
You think, man? Talk to us, man.
Hey, man, hold on. I want to ask one question to both of y'all. What has been this season's motto? What have we been?
Cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. That's all last week was.
You took a bigger drink of the Kool-Aid than me and Keen. That's all I'm going with. So.
Okay, in my drink of the Kool-Aid, I'll accept that. You know what I'm saying? We still have been doing a good job taking care of the rock, so that's always good. We're not giving the game away, but this is what we've been cautiously optimistic about. I mean, the past couple of years, we've seen this the same exact thing when we come out the gate. We're run heavy. We don't really pass the football. We put a lot of the onus on previous quarterbacks not being able to throw the football. But it looks like McNamara, he can throw the ball a little bit. They're just not allowing him to. And again, the questions start to rise. Is it because of him? Is it the play calling? And right now, we're getting into the part of the season to where you start to look at other teams. I know you don't like Georgia, but what can this offense do versus Georgia defense if we come up against them? You know what I mean? So those questions start rising up, and it hasn't been successful in the past, so I don't understand why we keep beating a dead horse and doing the same things over and over again.
Yeah. Keen, talk to us, man. I know you got some numbers over there on Cade. Tell the people about these numbers, man.
Wow. So, I mean, just from what I saw, man, we're not comfortable. We don't know how to play call. And just to that point that you made about numbers, so 8 of 11, 156 in the first half. Sounds pretty good. Sounds like he's going to go on to have a good day. Scoring 20 points in the first half. That's pretty good. But second half, 1 for 5 for 7 yards in the whole half of football.
7 yards passing in the whole half at a D1 Premier College University.
He was back-to-back Las Vegas Player of the Year. How you go from that to 7 passes?
Or
7 yards.
And we talked about this in previous episodes where preparing the players for those moments in that stage and running the ball, how many times we did, that's fine. That's fine. But if we don't have a counter or an antagonist to that, or a protagonist, however you want to word it, to that running, you know what I'm saying? If we don't have a thunder and lightning, you know what I'm saying? We just got thunder, and we got no lightning to that. You're gonna have days like this, you know what I'm saying? And luckily, we got saved by our defense, and they got a turnover because Rutgers had momentum. They were scoring on us. They had the rights and everything they needed to. What you say?
We was on our heels.
Yeah, for sure. And that turnover was like, now I can breathe. My blood pressure's going back down. I'm chilling. My arteries are opening up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then I constricted it with, you know what I'm saying, clenched cheekness. You know what I'm saying? So
we was like Nate
um,
Robinson
or-
right before the ender. We were reeling. We got our bearings back though.
Yeah.
So I mean, more of the same. And I specifically remember saying I didn't drink Kool-Aid. So I mean, I'm still cautiously optimistic, but this, I mean, we can expect this. And now we're going into a place where we got next week. You got Wisconsin. They're hungry. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what matriculates.
Yeah. So, he's Stephen A. Smith. He got some words.
Right.
So, the run game, which was supposed to be our whole MO. I mean, I hear all the hype everywhere. There's no longer a question of what this Michigan team is. They got their identity. They're pound you away and whatever, supposed to be unstoppable run game. But then you sit up here and I think the first drive we had how many yards rushing on the first drive? You got that, King? I think it was like wasn't it all runs pretty much the whole way down? When it looked like
probably about 2 passes out of 17 plays. I say we threw it twice.
Plays. First quarter. That was so boring.
You can look it up.
Yeah. Rush. Yo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rushes in a row. And then
Yeah.
incomplete. Rush.
2 passes.
Rush.
That's my point.
Another rush.
Point. So, B, we can't. That's not sustainable for victory down the road, man. Talk to me, dog. Do you think we can do that at Wisconsin? Just pound them away?
Oh no, sir. I mean, not only is it can tire the defense out, it can also tire your offense out. I mean, offensive linemen are human just like everybody else. They're gonna get tired of it. I mean, basically having to beat people up. And I think that's what happened in the second half. Is in the first half, they were fresh, and they were pushing people off the line, and we were able to sustain those longer drives. But once they kind of got tired out, and we can't. Did y'all see any offensive linemen like rotating in? I don't think we have any left. If we have any besides our initial starting 5 linemen. So they're not getting rest. So you go in for 17 plays, you know what I'm saying? We get it stopped, whatever, you coming right back in the game. They're tired. And it showed because I can't recall his name, but big number 50, he got ejected from the game. They're starting nose tackle. And it seemed like they line got stronger in the second half. And they starters wasn't even in. So I don't think this is sustainable. You got to have some type of pass game, man. It is what it is. You're gonna wear your offensive line down as well as their defensive line. So when we get tired, I don't think we're subbing any offensive linemen in. So we gotta figure something out because without big plays, this is our offense. Without those 71-yard runs, without those 60-yard runs for touchdowns, this is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, and I'm just worried about going into Wisconsin. Like even though they not really hitting like that this year. It's like the game that we're trying to go in there and play that we want to play. That's been their MO for years. Like, yeah, let's slug it out in between the tackles. Just we're gonna do the same, y'all gonna do the same, and then try to keep it close. And at the end, whoever can make one play at the end is like we're gonna win. But it's like, come on, man. Like I was telling y'all at the end of that game. Remember, I was like, yo, you could see Harbaugh was trying not to win. He was trying to lose. It's a difference. You know what I mean? It's like, yo,
sure.
You trying not to lose, bro, and that's
Right.
a loser's mentality. Like, yo, let's go win it, man. And he was just calling like you said, man. They got no rhythm to the offense, and it's like if that run game ain't working, then what can we turn to? And right now, it's nothing, And it shows that we had however many yards rushing versus Rutgers.
112.
That first drive, though, we had how many? And then we only ended with that means the entire rest of the game, we only had however many rushing yards for basically 3.5 quarters.
It wasn't that much.
And that's versus Rutgers.
Yep.
So you talk
That's not even supposed to be like our level of competition, but it's definitely rising from the previous game competitions. You know what I'm saying? It's better than Western. It's better than what was the second game again? Washington.
Don't even
I
know.
mean, the level of competition is rising, and they're not even supposed to be on our level.
And it was, and let's call it what it was. I mean, at that last drive, the way they had been, we were on our heels. Without that fumble, they had the vibe of we about to go down here and score on y'all. And then I'm not sure they wouldn't have went for 2.
Yeah,
because their coach was going to play to win. He was going to play to win the game and not play not to lose.
He's trying to win,
and his boys would have been all 100% behind him too.
Yep. You would have hit him.
And if they had a loss, as a coach and as a player, I'd be like, we tried. I'd take that L. You know what I'm saying? There's no moral victories, but I'd be like, at least we tried to win it.
And you know them teams that be down in games and like got a chance to win at the end who ain't even really supposed to be in it, they always go for that too. Like, yeah, right. Let's not go to overtime. This is our chance right here. We get 2 yards, we win. So I feel like they would have went for it. But I mean, shout out to I think that was Ojabo who did that little spin move and knocked it out.
Yep.
Yeah. At the end.
Colson recovered.
Your boy, that what you was calling for. Colson.
Oh, yeah.
He came in there and he scooped it up. You said it too. All right, give you your props. You said it too. Get him in the game.
Give me my props. I'll take them.
Get him in the game.
So, again, though, before we go to defense, I mean, and Bowie, you brought it up last week, man. It's a good point, though, man, because I'm feeling the same way. Like, Gaddis can't be calling these plays, dog. Like, is it Harbaugh? Is it Gaddis? I feel like we had the same narrative every year. Like, yo, you know what they say, man? Too many cooks in the kitchen, dog. So it's like, is Harbaugh calling him or Gaddis? Or is Harbaugh just telling him simply, you can call the play, but it need to be a run? You know what I mean? Maybe he's going that route with it. So I don't know. King, what you seeing, dog? You think that's Gaddis on the mic over there?
It seems like this is a reoccurring thing with between our offensive coordinators and Jim Harbaugh, because we never know who's actually calling the plays because they're always so shitty. It's like, like, you know what I mean? I mean, over the past, like, when have we had like a season where we've been like, we know what our identity was, you know what I'm saying, with Harbaugh? Like, honestly, except for that one year maybe where we had Jordan Lewis and we had a nice team and it was defense. We knew defense was our identity and we could win with our defense. I believe that was, I can't remember the year, but
17, 16, 17.
Yeah, that's trying to drug up too many bad memories anyway. We lost regardless. We ain't beat Ohio State. So, but it just seems like the same thing occurring where we got to ask this question, the same question: who's calling the plays? And I mean, if you know what I'm saying, you see something occurring and you can't be like, oh, is this offensive coordinator? Because we didn't have how many. You know what I mean? You come to the realization like it got to be Harbaugh calling the plays
because it always looks the same.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, we always like, damn, man, like, damn, why they doing this? Why they not calling this? Why they not using speed and space? Why they not boo, boo, boo? So it's got to be Harbaugh, bro. That's my conclusion. That's a conclusion I come up with doing just research on, like, why are we asking these same questions every year? That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah. It looks like Stanford's offense. Why go get all the recruits that we're getting these speed and space guys when you're running Stanford's offense that Stanford doesn't really have athletes? You know what I mean? It's the run. We got, again, I don't get why Henning wasn't in the game and still is kind of getting touches every now and again. But then you got Hellraiser out there and he's a gunner now. And I see him just hell raising down the field. And it's like, why was he ever at punt return when we got this guy, the hometown kid, he still ain't touched the field. I mean, we got so many players with so many different attributes, and they're biding their time to get on the field. Again, I'm not a coach. I don't know if the kids, they might not be ready, but we're going and getting these high-level recruits to run the power I formation offense. It doesn't make any sense, and that's not Gaddis' style. So to me, I think it's Harbaugh.
Somehow we're the only team that runs a spread power eye. Somehow. It's like it ain't a power eye, but we run the same plays that a power eye runs.
Exactly. Without the fullback in the backfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then my offensive player is emerging as a fullback. Some of his
did
best
you see that
plays is
drop?
blocking. Hey, some of his best plays is blocking. He'll get you in the end zone.
Bro.
Them hands. Hey,
Bro, he dropped one.
Hey, you got it all.
He caught one, didn't realize nobody was around. I was like, oh shit, let me run.
Right.
Bang, bang, bang.
I'm open as hell.
Crucial one. Ding.
That's King. You caught him that last year. Can't catch it all.
Didn't catch at all. There it goes. Drop ball. That was on third. That made it 3rd 10. Then punted. Three straight 3-and-outs.
Man, they was hyping him up like he was about to be like the next Kittle or some shit. He's loose.
He's gonna end up an offensive lineman in the league.
Man, he looked like he should be. You know what I'm saying? He got the frame, the look.
Yeah, he doesn't look fluid running. He looks luggy.
They're gonna put him at left tackle in the league. They're gonna fatten him up. Like, look, play left tackle, guard this quarterback.
He looks like he runs like Gronk runs now, and Gronk's been in the league forever and been beat up, and
he done took some shots.
100
36-year-old Gronk, dang.
Hey man, I don't know, man. I'm trying to see the other guy, man. They was hyping him up too, and I feel like when he runs, he haven't really got no love like that. But they act like Schoonmaker, which with that last name, it just sounds like a name the coach will sub somebody out for. Get Schoonmaker out of there.
He got a hard-working last name, Schoonmaker. You got to be a hard-working
blue collar last name.
Ruddleberger, what's he doing out there?
Dorfenheimer.
Get that ball.
Oh, we'll see.
Grab him by the face mask. Are you gonna get that ball for me? Yeah.
You don't get that ball, coach.
So hopefully, maybe he'll make some plays for us. But all I know is the last few times we went into Wisconsin, we get punched physically, and we typically haven't responded.
No response.
I just feel it now. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope we can just in the trenches get busy on them. But if it don't work, man, the run game, what's our answer going to be? How are we going to pivot to the pass game? Are we going to come with something? Bruh, now this is hopeful and wishful thinking, but do we actually got some plays that we ain't brought out yet? Because I'm starting to feel like we don't, because it wasn't all that. It wasn't a runaway game last game, and we were calling BS. So it's like, if you had them, you got to pull them out there. So I don't know, man. I'm not too confident. But really, where I want to go with this is, now Harbaugh's obviously in the situation that he's in. You know, obviously the fans is like kind of, split on where everybody's at with him. And we can't go to Wisconsin and lose this game, right? Like, they're not good this year. We're 4-0. We're going in there, but on paper we should win, right? So I almost feel like if we're going in there and let's just say Cade starts the game, kind of how he played in this second half. Let's say it's halftime. He's got similar stats to what we've shown that we can do, which is, we can go through these dry spells where it's literally, let's say after the first half, he's 4 for 11 for, 44 yards in the first half. And it's obvious we ain't moving the rock. Y'all know where I'm going with this.
Are you calling for the kid?
Do I need to go for it? Because I'm like, at some point, here's the thing. At some point, you don't want to rush to pulling them, but at some point, do you be like, yo, am I willing to lose a game in order to not put JJ in? Because, that's what you're facing, like taking an L, and we can't be taking these L's right now. So it's like, it seemed like Cade was struggling and you just pulled him out quick. It's like, no, L was in our future if we didn't at least try to do something. So do y'all think that's a possibility? Do you think he could get pulled if he ain't performing maybe halfway through and then let JJ come out there? Because at least we know one thing. He's a gunslinger. He's going to at least try to push it down the field, and I feel like he's not scared. McNamara is more that manager. Let me play it safe. Let me do this. Let me not turn it over. But we also ain't going to probably get a bunch of huge plays off of that. So if an L is looming, is McCarthy a possibility next game?
I mean, if he's smart, because just like you brought up, the situation he's in, you got to win. Like you said, Harbaugh can't afford to take L's. Your contract won't allow for it. And then, like I brought up earlier, if you look at the college landscape, there's really no like. I mean, you got your prohibitive favorites, but nobody's really like separating themselves. So you could possibly sneak into a top tier bowl or the top four without any losses. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from the Big Ten, us being an automatic qualifier. So I wouldn't even risk taking an L if I was him. I put the kid in. I would have already kind of been getting them reps. Like I don't understand why. Like you playing Washington and you playing Western Michigan, why not slide him in a couple plays, let him develop a rhythm? Because it's like you got to play in at least like four games in order to be uneligible to qualify for your redshirt year. So I mean, let him get a couple snaps and game time experience. We bragging about how many people we playing. Oh, we played 110 people. Like we should be bragging about that. We're Michigan. Have some dignity. But yeah, I mean, again, to answer your question, if he's smart, I wouldn't even risk taking an L. And I would definitely put the kid in and see what he got if McNamara ain't getting the job done, being the game manager that he is.
Yeah, I'm just going off of past performances there, how we've looked. So think he got the heart to do it, King? Because you know Harbaugh like to hold off on that type of move right there.
And yep, and we lost probably some good quarterbacks to that too, or one at least, McCaffrey, and then we went with for Milton, and then he ended up transferring because he was garbage. I mean, what the hell you want to put garbage? How you want to put it? So I mean, with the contract, this way it's set up, maybe he might force him to, you know what I'm saying, change his ways of the old, you know what I'm saying, of not subbing in guys or whatever at the time when we feel like it, or maybe a lot of people feel like he should, you know what I'm saying? Like it would be the smart thing to do but to Bowie's point, he should have been getting reps, McCarthy. He should have been getting reps by now. But in that case, I feel like he should, or he better he better do that if that's the case, because I feel like we're headed to a nasty game next week too, because I always feel like Wisconsin will have better talent than Rutgers, and the way we play versus them in the first half was okay, but the second half wasn't anything great, and you can't do that versus good teams, especially in the Big Ten. So you better get on his shit.
So let me ask y'all this: a scale of 1 to 10, and we're gonna move on. Scale of 1 to 10, and we're gonna move on because I don't want to stay on this too long. Just give me a number. You ain't gotta get no explanation behind it. A number. Where is your confidence level right now? 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. In Cade McNamara. B.
50-50. It could go either way.
King.
I'm gonna say pi. 3.14.
All right. Enough said.
Because he
Whose
hasn't
man?
done anything bad.
Whose
But he
man is
hasn't
that?
done anything really good.
He ain't gonna win us. He ain't gonna. Well, put it like this: we haven't trailed yet, but that's not necessarily a good thing in our situation. We haven't trailed the season, but if we do,
You're playing with fire right now, dog. That's all I'm saying.
I want to see him get tested.
He got tested and he folded up like fried shrimp.
Big boy tested.
1 for 5, 7 yards. Yeah.
All right, so I do want to move on to the defense. So we got a little so obviously Ross went out. That I didn't think that was going to affect us so much, but he really has been playing pretty damn good this year. And man, that showed immediately once he went out the game how important Ross is to this defense. He's a leader on the D. He calls the defense, and he went out, and all of a sudden, I mean, we couldn't stop anything. They was, I mean, whatever they wanted, running down our throat, doing little rollout passes, dropping it off. It just looked like we were lost without Ross out there. So, I mean, how'd y'all feel about the D, especially late in the game? Obviously, we won. We got a crucial turnover that kind of saved us. But like I said before, I'm not sure if they don't go down and score if we don't get that fumble just from I'm saying? Just like stopping them in 4 downs the traditional way. So, King, talk to me about this defense, man. I mean, we bent, I guess, but didn't break. But again, I mean, we won, so we ain't trying to be too whatever. But it's just got to be real at the same time.
Yeah, so bend but don't break defenses raise blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it, but you'll take it if you have to. Looking at these stats, bro, to get the team stats. If you look at this game, you would think Rutgers won, bro. They had more. They possessed the ball for 5 more minutes. They had what 80 more yards total yards. They had 21 first downs. They had 20 more plays than us. You know what I'm saying? So they had the ball. They were moving that. And then all that really pretty much came in the second half because we didn't do much. We didn't have the ball for much for long in the second half. So with Ross going down, I think that played a big role and it showed. And like you said, we got saved. And I'm gonna say we got saved. The defense got the turnover, but you know what I'm saying? If not that, what are we looking at right now? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I hope he's all right. I hope he's playing with versus Wisconsin next week. I was even to the point like, give him a shot, shoot him up.
Go back in. He was trying to get in.
Yeah. But I mean,
sometimes you gotta save
everything.
the player from themselves.
Yeah, held over everything. I was being biased and to my feelings when I was saying give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? I apologize, everybody. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, man. We saw it versus less competition. Oh, we looked at okay, but now we're stepping into these moments where we need some plays, and they came up with one. But I don't want that to be versus Rutgers. I don't want us to be a lackluster or finding our identity versus Rutgers. I want it to be already found and going into Wisconsin like we got a strong D and we can play because our offense ain't shit, to be honest.
I mean, you playing Rutgers and you don't get a point in the second half and you get 7 yards passing. I mean, that's the only adjective I believe describes it. Personally.
7 yards.
So yeah, I mean, go ahead, B. What you got, man, on the defense?
You can't put a price tag on leadership, man, and that's what type of player he is. Impactful in every aspect of the game. He leads the team in tackles, and obviously nobody has a lot of practice on calling the defense but him, because like you said, it looked like we just lost all of our identity on defense. They could run, they could pass, they snatched momentum, and I honestly believe if we don't get that fumble, they go down and score. And it just shows how big of an impact he is on our defense. Your boy, he weird his ugly head again in the first quarter. I ain't gonna get on him too much, but Green, it was a fade in the first half, or started the game basically, their first drive, and his ball skills were null and void, dog. He was like, I don't know where the rock is. I'm like, it just goes to where our DBs are at. I don't have much faith in them. I'm starting to get a little bit more confidence in Gray. They just don't go after him. I'm just saying he don't get a lot of balls thrown his way, so he must be doing something right. But I'm gonna get on my man Hutchinson. I said it in the first podcast. When our offense isn't producing and we don't get them big plays and the defense is right back out there, it looked like on the last couple of drives, man, he was tired. He had been out there for so many plays, and they ran one clip where Rutgers got a first down on a rushing attempt, and he looked like he was holding that bar when they kept on clipping to him doing that one. The lineman had him down like this, and he was just reaching up. And I'm like, it looks like he's gassed because he does expend a lot of energy because his motor is always going. So,
did you see that play where he was coming off the edge and then the receiver
cracked
back on him?
I love them plays. I love them plays because they don't see it coming.
Awesome sucker MCs for them ones.
Bruh. But again, and then you first you battling with offensive linemen. Ain't nobody calling the screen. It's like when you hooping, ain't nobody calling the screen and you get caught, you pissed. But I mean, fatigue is gonna, if our offense can't do anything and we get in a situation where we're going 3 and out, our defense is gonna be spent. I don't even think that it was Rutgers beating him up. I think he was tired because he had been playing so much.
Yeah.
So another question I want to ask y'all, Keen, is for you, because they hype it up every game. I feel like they be like on the front end, they got Hutchinson, and then they got Ross in the middle, and in the back their stud is Dax Hill. But I'm like, bro, what? I mean, can, do I need to say it? Where you at, brother, man? I mean, 5-star, our highest recruit in a long time. And I mean, he's been okay. I mean,
Okay, that's what I'd give
where
you.
where are we going with this? I mean, do you think he's overrated, or I mean, is he not in position to make plays? I feel like this new guy moves him around a decent amount, so I need more from Dax, man. Honestly,
I'm with you, bro. And he stepped on his commitment at the beginning and then recommitted too. So, you know what I'm saying?
he been shaky.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, if you're gonna do that, you gotta show up and show out too. And he has underperformed a lot. Even it was a play where they scored on the swing pass to the halfback. The announcer, it looked like I believe it was, I want to say it was Hill Green that missed the running back coming out they had bad eye, you know what I'm saying, discipline or whatever. And he threw Dax in there because Dax, he did mess up, but he didn't have the halfback. He had to do in the flat, but doing the flat was wide open too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you getting a spotlight on you on film, you know, that you messing up, you know what I'm saying? So and at that you're underperforming. So I need a lot more too, man, because we don't have an identity in the secondary. We get thrashed, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Where they had 156 passing yards, but all that was pretty much in the second half
In the
because
second,
that's
yep.
when they was getting all their yards. Pacheco looked like he was Heisman candidate type stuff, like maybe the seventh one on the list right now. You know what I'm saying? Not person like that, but he looked like he was just dogging us, and we look like we're getting punked. They look more physical than us. They look like they were ready for that moment, and we weren't. And I give it
Pacheco
up to
had
Greg
us
Shannon because
looking. He had us
he's
looking like
making
Rutgers.
yeah, he's making Rutgers like every year they're getting better. You know what I'm saying? And we barely beat them last year on some like it was like a turnover. I think Dax intercepted it
It
in the
took
end
3
zone.
overtimes too last year.
Yeah. So I mean, I was just seeing flashbacks when they were hiking down the field and they were just had all the momentum in the world, and we were just looking like, what do? We don't have any leadership. Oh God.
I mean, I expect a lot from him, man. I mean, like, does he have? He don't have no pick this year, right? Like
We have 1 pick,
Green,
and your man got it. Your man's got it. That's it.
Yeah, man. We need to start. We need to start getting some picks, bro. And otherwise,
We be having almost plays in the
Oh,
back.
we would probably lead the nation in that, and almost getting picked.
Interception adjacent.
So I want to go back now to be what he was saying earlier. So we're let's see, week 4. There's gonna be week 5 coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
So now we're 4 weeks in. You know, we always like, yo, we need more. We need more data. We need more data. We need, more time to exactly evaluate where we at. So it's 4 weeks into the season. We're undefeated. I think we're ranked 19 now, maybe something like that.
Something like that.
With the new rankings, I think we moved down one spot or something. So I think we're 19. And I mean, as B mentioned earlier, the landscape is pretty open. Honestly, to me, I think I mentioned this last episode. Georgia looks like the #1 team in the country. Not Alabama, even though Alabama is still undefeated, obviously, but they've looked more susceptible to me than Georgia has. Now, am I saying that we can hang with either of them teams? Absolutely not. Would never say nothing that ludicrous. But but we don't need to hang with them 4 teams now. We need to get the Big Ten under control, and then we'll obviously cross them bridges when we get there. Then we don't have to play them. So I'm just like, do we have a realistic shot of running the rest of the table in the Big Ten? Keep in mind, we still got Penn State, right? Michigan State.
Yep.
Ohio State. Who else we got out there? I mean, obviously, those are the bigger games.
We already said Wisconsin. That's what we've been talking about.
Nebraska, they played Michigan State pretty well.
Northwestern ain't a Big Ten, but Indiana.
I mean,
Penn
it's Big
State.
Ten. You know what I'm saying? We got Maryland, Nittany Lions, Hoosiers, Spartans, Wildcats, Cornhuskers, Badgers.
So, I mean, talk to me, Keen. Where's your confidence level, dog? Can we run the table?
Nah. No.
Pause.
No,
Straight
we
like
can't.
that. No.
I think we're gonna struggle next week. I hate to say it, but we're gonna struggle with Nebraska, the way we play. We're gonna struggle with Michigan State, and that's the next pretty much three games besides Northwestern in between there. So I'm not confident at all. It's real low. I mean, that's all I got pretty much. I don't have any confidence.
Rendered the man speechless.
What?
Gosh, Harbo, do you see this?
I don't know what you want from me.
This is what you're doing to us out here, man.
B.
Help.
Where's your confidence level, man?
But
You
we're
still
fine.
It's not a 5. It's less than that.
Are you still cautiously optimistic, or has that went down?
That meter is definitely went down. I'm cautiously pessimistic, or cautiously in trouble, cautiously, whatever negative connotation you want to give it. That's what I am. I mean, we're 4-0, but so is Michigan State, so is Penn State, so is Maryland. Buckeyes are 3-1. Nebraska's a 2-3 straight football team. I seen them play a little bit. If we do run the table, it's gonna be tough. And this last game being the barometer, when times get tough, it look like we curl up. So I can't be confident that we're gonna run the table unless something changes with this Wisconsin game, because no matter how you slice it, them being 1-2, this is a big game. This is our first on the road test. And that's what's got me really like wishy-washy. You was at home doing this. So if the crowd gets hostile on the road, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like y'all ain't even been tested in that aspect yet. So yeah, man. I reserve the right to remain silent.
No.
Because y'all start questioning my fandom if I go in right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, man, how much like coaching affects games, dude. Like really having a fire coach makes a world of difference. Like it's crazy. It's like, yeah, obviously if you got two evenly matched teams, the coaching is going to make the difference. But even if you have a slightly lesser talented team, a coach can make them stay in the game. Like Rutgers, like they don't have near the talent they have on their team. But why are they in the game late? You know what I mean? And we can point.
We were supposed to have him too. We were supposed to have Rutgers head coach, but he took it and then turned it down. I don't know if y'all heard the announcer say that. Back when Lloyd retired.
Oh, way back, yeah.
Oh.
And then he took it. They said for like 6 hours. He declined it, and then they hired Rich Rod.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to see. I really want to see something from our offense, man, develop. Because right now, with the way I feel like our defense, if our offense could play complementary football, I feel like our defense could hold up decently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like with our offense in the shape it's in, I feel like our defense can't hold up like that. It's like if how it is, man. It's like the offense. Let's say the offense is out there struggling or whatever, and the defense gets like a big stop on 4th down or 3rd down, whatever. We get the ball back, and then offense goes out there, and then they, boom, go down and score. The defense even more lit. Like, yeah, they all right.
Right. Yeah.
If we get them the ball, they gonna score.
But
let's go get them the ball.
Yeah, after 3-4 stops in a row, and then you just going right back out there because they stopped us right back. You like, all right now.
Already? We got to go back out there already?
Yep. So I'm hoping that Gaddis and them come up with something, dog. But it's like, yo, let's let's stop trying to play not to lose, dog. Let's try to go win, bro. I don't know. Maybe we just don't got the talent, especially since Ronnie's out on the outside. Like, I feel like teams are gonna start challenging us. Like, all right, if y'all can match up and beat us just 1-on-1 on the outsides, hey, it's all yours, man. Go ahead. We'll take the L like that. But we're not about to let you just run it 50 times for 300
The
yards.
disappointing part is how come every other team manages to be able to get it done? I mean, I just want to go back to that state game last year. Train, you called it out at the beginning of the week. Like, hey, man, the only shot they got is dropping back and tossing it up on us. And what do? They drop back, toss it up on us, and they're successful. They win the ball game. Why can't we figure that out versus other teams? And why is our offense for the past 5 years always been the question? We've had good defenses. We had top-notch defenses. We had all right defense. They've always been kind of in the hunt as top defenses in the nation. But then we always have questions on the offensive side of the ball. Jim Harbaugh's supposed guru-ness. They talk about how he changed Stanford's program around. Where was he at before that? Some little small school. How he's changed them offensively.
San Diego State, I think.
Yeah, San Diego State. How he's changed them offensively, but now when he gets to Michigan, he can't seem to find where you don't have a problem with recruiting and losing kids to bigger schools, because this is one of the most recognized brands in the world. You get in the talent, but you can't seem to find a way to put it together. It's disappointing and it's frustrating.
Hey, I want to see us try to win, dog. I feel like I can't remember the last time you really was like, okay, we going for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just thinking about, like, especially games where it's like, all right, obviously we're playing Western Michigan. We don't have to pull out all the stops, but like games where it's tight, where we in a battle, like I'm thinking about one of the best coach games I ever saw, dog, was Super Bowl when the Eagles beat the Patriots. Like, dog, they coach from the Eagles was trying to win, dog. Like, that's what trying to win looks like. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, 4th down, bump that. We ain't taking 3. This Brady, like, go for it. He did the Philly special play at the end of the half. Like, yo, anything. We not about to lose for lack of effort.
Right.
For lack of trying. Like, Harbaugh be like, oh, let's say this. Let's say it's third and 5. We're up 7 points with 2 minutes. And the other team got to get a stop. They got to get a stop. 1 first down, the game's over. They ain't got no timeout. So instead of trying to throw for the first, Harbaugh run it up the gut.
I was about to say, we're running.
And then work the clock and punt it back to him with like a minute and 10 seconds left. With no, like, that's his MO. Like, no, dog, get a damn first and let's kneel their ass out. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
And that can't be good for like team morale, bro. Like player morale. Like, you just, like, remember back at J-Dub, like, y'all didn't like that? Y'all, like, Coach Meyer, he wasn't like a like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people were looking at him after the game like, yo, why we won? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. Like, that can't be good, bro. Like, you calling all these run plays, you're like, oh, all right, it's 3rd and like 3. You know what I'm saying? We done already ran it twice. What we gonna do? Run again. People like, man, I know the running back's happy, but I know the receivers out there like, man, I've been blocking all game, bro. And we got a receiver that can speak to that.
Did you see,
you told me you got me here to receive the ball, bro, not to receive block or send out blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, there was a tweet. I think it was Tariq Black. Somebody had tweeted, if you're a receiver, don't go to Michigan. And he liked that tweet.
Who did? Tariq Black.
He liked the tweet. I was like, wow.
Big old facts, bro.
Yeah,
I feel like they misused DPJ. They didn't get him the ball. He should have been a 1,000-yard receiver every fucking year.
So anyway, we'll see. Let's get into Wisconsin here. So last week Wisconsin lost to Notre Dame, but I'm not sure if y'all looked at that game, but that game was way, way, way closer. I've never seen a game that had that big of a point differential at the end of the game that was actually misleading quite as that. That game was tight all the way through, I think, into the 4th. Like, I think Notre Dame scored like a record 31 points in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
So that shows all the way through, and they won 41-13. So what was the
13,
score?
yeah.
What was the score going into the fourth?
41-13.
10-10.
10-10 at the end of three.
Yep.
So they outscored them 31-3 in the fourth quarter. Right.
Fourth
so
quarter.
that somebody might just come look at that score and say, "Oh, dang, yeah, Wisconsin's trash." But I think they threw 2 pick sixes in the fourth, and something else happened where it just got out of control. But
that's the football guys just coming down and touching Notre Dame, dog. Like that don't happen ever.
Yeah, 31 points. Quarter. So that's probably why people are automatically thinking we're gonna kill them. But I'm not at all in that group. I mean, I feel like Wisconsin likes the type of games that we're trying to bring. That's really their full MO. And knowing Harbaugh, he's gonna be like, well, let's see who's got the bigger balls. You know what I mean? Like go in there with that mindset. So before we get into predictions, or Keen, who was the closest last week? I don't think it was me, because I let one of y'all get it. Let one of y'all get a dub.
It was B. It was B. It was 35-14. And my predictions haven't been reflecting what I've been saying. I gotta correct that.
See, I jumped on y'all bandwagon and gave them too many gosh dang points.
Right. So
dial it back. Cautiously optimistic.
I got 3 dubs. Bowie, you got 1. Keen, keep searching for that first victory, brother, man.
I remember my first beer.
This is your first beer.
Right. You haven't even finished it yet. All right. So I guess I'll start. I'll start with the man who got his first dub. B, talk to us, man. Predictions, Wisconsin, the history we have with them, the way we look in. I mean, taking everything to account. What you looking like, dog?
Taking everything into account, fellas, and being the realist that I am, I'm gonna say 21-14 Wisconsin. I feel like you said, Train, in the Notre Dame game, like Wisconsin got away from what they are known for. I mean, they quarterback Mertz, he attempted 41 passes. That's not Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying? So they had, when that whole barrage of points started happening, they had to get outside their element. And I think that like has something to do with why the score swung the way it did. But I'm not confident going into this game in our passing game. Again, when the talent ratchets up, our run game seems to kind of stall, and I'm basing that off of previous seasons. And if we don't got no run game, we don't get them big plays, we're gonna have trouble scoring points. And like you said about Harbaugh's mentality, he doesn't play to win games, so he'll keep punting it. Team morale will keep going down. I mean, we've seen this story. Team morale will get low, and then we'll just kind of slowly give up the game. I feel like we got the talent to at least be in it and give ourselves a chance, but I'm gonna give the edge to Wisconsin, because they're at home too, and we haven't seen this team on the road, and judging how they curd up at home, I don't think they're gonna do anything big on the road. I hope I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, boys. Go get that dub. But 21-14 Wisconsin.
Talk to me, King. Looking like.
I'm gonna go 14-10.
Ooh, points at Michigan. A minimum.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna give us the win just cause. But
because it's Michigan.
I'm not confident, like I said, in anything we do right now. Josh Ross, I hope he plays. I hope he's back.
If he can't, it might be even worse on the 21. But my bad. Go ahead.
Cautiously optimistic, man. You know, I mean, that's all I got. I mean, what you want me to say? Bowie said a lot, so he said it all pretty much in there. Like I got the same sentiment he has. So,
yeah,
I'll say 14-10.
I'll say I'm gonna go with 21-17 Michigan. think it's low scoring too. I don't trust our offense, but I don't trust their offense either. So this game is probably most likely going to boil down to who turns the rock over at the end of the day. And
We've been good at that. That is a plus on our side.
yeah, hopefully we can force Mertz into a few turnovers. He was good as a freshman, but it seems like he's kind of declined as he's gotten older. That quarterback, I think he ate us up his freshman year at the big house.
They got tape on you now, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
They
And
just
He did throw
study
some
the game.
egregious picks versus Notre Dame.
yeah, exactly. I don't think he's I can't remember when he lit us up. Maybe it was last year. I can't remember. But anyways, so he hasn't been as good. I don't feel like they're quite as bully ballish as they have been in the past. But all to be determined. I think it's a low scoring game. I think that we get maybe one extra TD off of a turnover. Because at least one thing Cade doesn't do, like you said, B, he don't turn it over. And Mertz is known to turn it over. So unfortunately, that's the game plan Harbaugh's going in with. Throw it in the dirt if nobody's open and punt. So what a joke, what a shame.
Let's see. Let me add these up. 16 completions. Yeah, he's got more. He got more attempts in one game than McNamara got completions in 4. Sheesh.
Yeah, and like you said, that ain't even their swag either. So, right,
Make him throw it.
Yeah, right now it looks like the line is Michigan favored by 1. I don't
Yep.
see it. I don't see a total on the game. I'll be curious to see what that total comes out at. I guarantee it's going to be in the 30s. Probably going to be like high 30s, like 39, 38 points as the over under. Because
Or on Bleacher Report, the over is 43.5.
sign me up now for the under.
We did move up from 19 to 14.
Oh,
We talked about that earlier.
I was looking at what was that in the coach's call?
Yeah, we moved up.
Oh yeah, that's and the coach's poll. Yeah, we moved up in both. All right. Yep. So 14
And then on this one, it looks like we 13. Michigan State's 14. Huh? We'll see.
AP top 25, I see 14. In the coach's poll, I see 14. So regardless, man, I don't even care about none of that no more. I'm happy that we ain't even ranked in the top 10 right now. So
but again, don't this feel so familiar, dog? Like we get ranked and then I don't want to speak it, but this has happened to us a lot.
And that's why we're so like not ready to jump in.
Right.
Fool me, can't fool me again.
I don't even want to get my toes yet. I don't even want to get my toes wet yet.
Yeah. So all right, so yeah, I guess Keen, or actually Keen, go ahead. The gram. I know you got some clips up,
Sure.
the podcast up there, posting some stuff.
Yeah. At the Michigan Man Cade podcast on IG. Y'all can see clips of the episodes, or y'all can go to YouTube and watch the whole episode. Please do that. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, all that, please. We appreciate y'all support. We do this for the love. You know what I'm saying? We don't get paid because we do it because we love it. So just holler at us. Let us know what y'all want to talk about.
Birds flying high. B.
Yes, sir. We're on Twitter, Michigan Man Cade podcast. Follow us. We got content. You know what I'm saying? When we get it, you get it. You have recruiting updates, things of that nature, little funny videos, because I'm always ragging on them. I am a fan. I am a Michigan fan, even though we're going through hard times. It might not seem like it. Follow us on Twitter. We keep you all up to date on all the latest and greatest with Michigan football and basketball. I do a little hoop posting every now and again.
Transition.
But yeah, man, we love this. We love Michigan. But we got to be real about it. That's all I got to say about that.
Yes,
humor heals a lot too.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, Nothing else for the greater good. We're gonna holler back next week. Kale, drop that. And we'll holler back at you when we 5-0. Killer, drop that. Let's go. B said he wants
14-10.
B said he want Hellraiser back there again on the park.
What's up? I'm gonna be green for Halloween.
I'll feel like a
Bro,
zombie.
you look up.